Well, all right. Let's get ready. I have so much that I want to talk to you today about. I am going to try to make sure that I wrap it up in at least 40 to 45 minutes. For those of you that are new to the Why Not Me Shey Johnson podcast, at the end of the topic today is finding the right therapist. This is so important. This is a personal issue with me, and I'm sure it's a personal issue with you, because at the end of the day, we are the ones that are trying to get our life back. We need your help, but don't try to abuse us to a degree or make us feel less than who we are. We are making a big step and a commitment by even coming into your office, number one, saying that we need help. Okay, so can I get you to honk the horn and do a couple of finger snaps? We are making the first step by acknowledging that we're not okay and that we need help. So, you know what? Before I even get into the topic today, this is 007, finding the right therapist. The following week, number 8 is going to be embracing the new you. Number 9 is career choices, if you are going to change your career due to the tragedy that has happened to you. And then number 10, nightmares and the medication. So let me repeat. This is track number 7, finding the right therapist. Number 8, I'm going to be talking about embracing the new you. Number 9, career choices. And then number 10, nightmares. Are you still having nightmares? Are you still taking medication to help you sleep throughout the night? So remember, I am a survivor from the Las Vegas massive shooting, where 58 were killed and left 55 children without their parents, over 400 injured, including myself, and over 4,000 pending cases. Remember to subscribe. I also have a YouTube out there, Why Not Me, Shey, Lishey, Johnson, October 1. Why Not Me, October 1. Also, my website is Why Not Me, the number 1, October.com. Please email me, and in the subject line, refer to number 7, finding the right therapist. So therefore, I can go back and listen to this recording. When you email me your questions, I will respond saying this is the bonus, number 7, and I will respond to you via email. Is that fair? Fair. My email is Shey, Lishey, Johnson @gmail.com. I would love to hear from you and tell me what happened to you. I am very new at doing the podcast, but I am going to follow my heart. And my heart and my passion has always been to give back. So you and we're going to heal together. But before I talk about finding the right therapist, I want to cover a little something on PTSD. I have been diagnosed with PTSD, anxiety disorder, depression disorder. So I am currently seeing a therapist 3 times a week right now. Okay. But remember what I said, I've seen 7 different therapists. So we're going to talk about how do you find the one that is right for you. But before I go into that, and then of course we're going to do our meditation at the end of the session. So how do you help your loved ones with PTSD if you know they have been diagnosed, or you feel as though they may have the symptoms? Here are some things that you can do. When a loved one has PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. I don't even know why they call it disorder. This is like a syndrome, so to speak, because it doesn't go away. Okay? It takes a heavy toll on your relationship and your family life. You may have to take on a bigger share of the household task. So what? You will have to deal with the frustration, the irritability. I have been so irritable of a loved one who won't even open up. I didn't even want to talk about it until 10 months later, or even deal with the anger or the disturbing behavior. The symptoms of PTSD can also result in a job loss, substance abuse, and other stressful problems. I was taking so much medicine, literally 18 different pills. I'm telling you, I can't be more transparent than I am. I did not even want to wake up the next day. But here I am, and I'm wanting to give back. I'm wanting to help you. I want you to know that it's just not you. There's others out there that feel like we do, that nobody care, nobody's listening, nobody love us. It's the PTSD that is making us feel the way that we feel about ourselves. So I'm going to say, don't pressure your loved one into talking. I didn't want anybody to pressure me into talking. I didn't even want to talk. It is often very difficult for people with PTSD to talk about their trauma. For some reason, it has a tendency to make it even worse. So never try to force your loved one to open up. Just try to comfort them as often as you can. Your companionship, just be of acceptance rather than trying to make them talk. Just be in the present. Be in the now, but be reflective and validating of their emotions that seem to just come out of the blue. You say to me, Las Vegas shooting, were you there? I would just start crying. You say to me, what happened to your shoulder? What happened to your ankle? I would start crying. Or, Shey, how are you feeling today? I would start crying. These are symptoms of the PTSD right along with the depression. I didn't even know why I would wake up and start crying. Are you feeling me? Honk your horn if you're driving, but you remember, do not listen to the podcast while you're on the road and you are working out, because I really want you to focus in. I want you to pay attention, and I want you to be centered, because you and I are healing together, and we need this time. We need this time together so that we can get stronger, become more wiser and more healthier, and get our swag back. I'm working on getting my swag back. So let your loved one just take the lead rather than you telling him or her what to do, because you know we don't like to be told what to do. Take clues from your loved one as in how you can support them and be a better companion. This may be talking about, the traumatic event or the event over and over again. You may be tired of talking about it or listening about it or listening to it or commenting on it or hearing about it. But as a survivor, we're not. We're still trying to process it in our head. So it may involve just simply hanging out together. It might mean just hopping in your car and going for a ride. Something spontaneous. You don't have to have a destination. So for example, I'm here in Las Vegas. Hopping on the highway and going to Los Angeles is a good 4-hour ride. That's therapeutic for me. Listening to some nice, quiet meditation or jazz music. That's therapeutic for me. Whatever works for you works for you. Or just letting them talk about it. Anything that they prefer to speak about. Because when they're ready to talk about what happened, believe you me, we will tell you what happened as we're trying to process, is it safe to talk about it? How are you going to react when I tell you what happened? Because you may react a way that I'm not expecting you to react, or you may react a way that's going to put me on the offensive side, or you may look at me crazy when I tell you what happened, and I'm not good with receiving your reaction. So we have to know that it's safe to be able to share. Hopefully I am helping someone right now. I hope I'm helping you. Please email me and let me know. I am very serious about this PTSD thing. I have been so moody about it. My mood just shifts daily. One day I'm feeling good, the next day I'm not feeling good. But this is what it's called. This is some of the symptoms. So manage your own stress level, survivors. Manage it. The more calm you can be, the more relaxed, the more focused you are, the better you will be able to help a loved one with post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. I'm about 40 pounds overweight right now, but I am going to tell you to try to eat well, exercise. I am in therapy every day for an hour and a half. So I am getting some type of exercise. And then give yourself space to honor your own feelings. Whatever you are feeling, honor that. Get yourself a notebook from the dollar store, Dollar Tree, 99-cent store, Family Dollar store. You know, sometimes you go in and they say it's 99 cents. You come out spending $2.99. But anyway, let me get back focused here. Get your journal and just write down your thoughts for today. So whatever the day is that you're listening to this podcast, write this day down and say, what am I feeling about me today? Not how you're going to correct it. It's no good. It's no bad. Just how are you feeling about you today? All right, let's dive into the topic today. So I just needed to get that out on PTSD. The topic today, here we go. Finding the right therapist. I am not a therapist. I am not a psychiatrist. I am in nowhere, shape, or form in the health profession. I'm 40 pounds overweight. I have anxiety disorder. I have post-traumatic stress disorder. I have depression. I have gone through 3 surgeries since the October 1, 2017 Las Vegas massive shooting. So this is where I'm going to start. The second week after the shooting, there was all these email blasts that was going out, everything on Facebook. You go to the crisis center, they give you this sheet of paper and say, call one of these 7 telephone numbers, crisis interventions. They are going to see you for free. They want to help you. You are a survivor. Okay, I go to one. I sit there, I fill out all the paperwork. They don't see me that day. I go back the next day, and it was kind of like a house, but you know the houses are cool too. So I go back the next following week, and I'm inviting other people to say, hey, this is free. I received this information from the crisis center. They're going to work with us. We can put a group together and have group therapy. Okay, guys, guess what? Go the next following week. We see the lady, the therapist. I'm not going to call it no names out. So we see the therapist, and basically she's saying, I am here to help you. Everything is going to be free. I am so glad that you took the first step and you made it. Okay, so that's session 2. Session 3, she's nowhere to be found. She had an emergency, had someone to come in and fill in for her. He didn't even know what happened. So here we go 3 weeks later, and I've got to tell you the story again. I'm not quite happy with that. So now here comes the 5th session. She's nowhere to be found. He comes back and he say, I appreciate you all being here, but as of today, this will be your last free session. The next week, you're going to have to pay $30. So as far as I'm concerned, when everything happened, everybody was hopping on the bandwagon thinking there was going to be this funding, this money. I don't know who was going to pay for it. Victims of crime. It was going to be FEMA, your insurance, Mandalay Bay, MGM, Route 91, Harvest Festival. Nobody knew who was going to be handling the therapy fees. I don't know. Have you gone through something like that? Let me know. So then I stopped going there. So now I go to the next number that's on the list. There's like 7 therapists on this one sheet of paper. So I scroll down and go to the next one. Huge counseling center. I mean, literally, when I pulled up in the parking lot, it was like busload, vans pulling up, and people were getting out of the van, going in, checking in, urinating in the bathroom because I guess they were on narcotics or whatever. I don't know, and had to take a drug test here and drug test there. So I'm sitting there saying, do I fit in here? Well, I can't judge because I'm here. They said this is a therapist, this is counseling, victims of crime is going to pay for it. So I need to come in here and get all that I am able to get. So needless to say, I enjoyed the facility. I went there for a couple of months. Then I met the psychiatrist, because there's a therapist and there was a psychiatrist that I needed to see. This guy didn't even ask me my name, how was I doing, how was my day, and literally he started writing a prescription. People, please be aware, that is a red flag. Because basically he wanted to know what could he write me a prescription for that day. That was it. Didn't ask me any other questions. And I literally took the prescriptions, but I said to myself, I am not going to get this prescription filled. He didn't even open a file, didn't even know my name. That's another red flag. So hopefully I am saying something to you if you are listening to me right now. You matter, and it is about your life. So now I'm on number 3, right? I go to a group therapy an hour away from my house because I am such in a desire and such an urge that I want to be better. I don't like how I am right now. I don't like the way that I look. I don't like my thoughts. I don't like my feelings. I need to get some help. So now I'm going way an hour away to a major hotel that sets up free therapy, group counseling. Well, there's about 10 of us, and only 2 of us out of the 10 are talking. Everybody else are kind of sitting there. You know how somebody just shake their legs like they have a nervous problem, or rocking back and forth, or going side to side. So this was my experience, and I'm talking about what I'm going through. Another gentleman is talking about what he's going through, but it's just the 2 of us talking. This went on for about 6 weeks. Then just so happened one day there was the AAA program, Alcohol Anonymous group. They were celebrating and popped open a bottle of apple cider. Well, guess what? That day was a trigger, and it sounded like gunshots. So needless to say, that was my last day. So now that's the 4th therapist, or the 3rd therapist. I end up going to another group therapy center about 30 minutes away from my house. Very, very small group. about 6 to 8 people. They provided refreshments, very kind. This was more so like a 24-hour behavior center, if you will, but she listened. We went around the room. We talked about just what happened this week. We didn't talk about the tragedy, the incident, the shooting. We just talked about what happened this week. So this program went on until the end of the year. So a lot of the programs that were implemented after the shooting was only in place for 1 year. So if you didn't take advantage of those therapy centers or professional people that they had for you, you're just kind of like out there. So unfortunately, we have to do a lot of legwork to get the help that is needed for us. And it's a lot. It is a lot to try to call, schedule appointments, and get on the books. And then when you get there, you come home, you've been poured your whole heart out. You have been crying. You just want to come home and have maybe a hot cup of tea, and you just want to go to bed. And if you have children at home, a companion at home, I get it. It is so difficult because you really want that me time. You want that. It's all about me right now. I'm still on this high that I've been brought up and brought back down, and now it's reality. Is someone understanding me? Do you understand what I'm saying at this time? So now that's therapist number 5. So now I get to see another therapist. That's an hour away from me again. But it's an individual therapist. And she was more so on the holistic side. Pull a card. This card is a picture of an angel. Okay, let's see what the angel was telling us in the universe today. Or pick a card. And here's a card, and it's the sun. Let's see what the sun is telling us today. Burnt sage in her office. Now, if you're into all of that, it's a beautiful thing. It worked for me. I mean, namaste. It worked for me. But that has to be something that you can accept. She burned sage in her office. When you came in the office, aromatherapy was going on, like doTERRA. She had incense going, giving you a bottle of water. It was a very calm. She had yoga mats on the floor if you wanted to sit on the floor versus sitting in a chair or sitting on a couch. She would put the eucalyptus oils in my hand, and I would rub my hands together, and I would smell it, and I would take 1 or 2 deep breaths. I really enjoyed her until I started seeing that she was having some personal problems. So you have to be alert, because you have to remember you're going for help. You're not there to help them. So if you notice that you're not getting the same kind of service when you started, it's time to check out. It has nothing to do about hurting anybody's feelings, because you are trying to get better yourself. So I noticed that she was having some personal issues, and I just felt as though you need to deal with your personal issues. You can't deal with mine. So now I'm looking for another therapist. I'm on therapist number 6. I go to see this lady. She's about 35 minutes from my home. I had to go in and do a 4-hour an assessment. And basically, they also told me to bring my lunch. Have you ever heard of such? Bring your lunch, because you're going to be here for about 4 hours. The exam itself was, questions like, do you feel like killing yourself today? How are you feeling today? Are you irritable today? Hell, I was irritable with just filling out all the questions. But, I was cool. So the assessment was about an hour and a half. I took my lunch. I took my coffee. I literally had to wait 4 weeks from taking the assessment test to get in to see her. Let me tell you, before I could even say what my name was, she had already decided who I was. And I kept saying, "What are you writing down? I haven't even said anything." Pay attention. Pay attention, people. What are you writing down? And she would say to me, "So this is how you're feeling today, Shey. This is what happened to you, and you're still emotionally upset. You're still angry about the shooting." I looked at her and I said, "Do not put words into my mouth. It seemeth though you have a full schedule. I do have an appointment, but I feel as though you are rushing me. It is okay for you to speak up for yourself. If you do not feel comfortable, there's something in the room, the environment, you don't feel safe, or you don't feel as though this is a place for you, keep it moving. Go 1 or 2 times, but don't put all your eggs in one basket if you don't feel as though they're going to hatch." You understanding me? Please email me if this is making sense to you. If you do not feel as though the therapists have you 100%, that is not the therapist for you. So now I've gone through 6 therapists. Guess what? I have finally found the one for me. Number 7. And it's amazing how this topic, this episode, is finding the right therapist. And it's number 7. I have gone through 7 therapists. The lady that I am seeing now, we focus on the now. We don't even talk about what happened. She gives me homework assignments, and I am sharing the assignments with you. My assignment today is just to think of something good. Think of something good or something that I like. I'm extremely creative. Remember me telling you I'm the director of the hotel and casino. I do events and concerts. I am fantastic at putting a show together. So she knows that quality about me, that I'm very creative. I am a task type person. So what she basically does is put me on a task. So they have to listen to you and find out how could you be more effective? What works for you? I am a goal setter. 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. She picked that up within 2 sessions. So now she says to me, your task for this week is to call someone every day and talk to them for 5 minutes, not text. Call them and just say, how are you doing? How are your kids doing? What are you doing for the summer? And basically that stops me from isolating myself, because that's what I did. And I was like the go-getter, the network guru. I don't feel like networking. I don't feel like talking to people. I don't feel like going around people with my walker, my scooter, my cane, because I had my stuff together. I'm not together right now. So it was difficult for me to network. So my task this week is to just call one person a day and just talk to them for 5 minutes, and then find out one thing that's like creative about me in my home, or something that I would like to do. And guess what that is? That's the podcast. This is something new. I was afraid of it, but it's working. I'm learning more and more about it. I'm learning how to cut and edit and paste and make an MP3 file. I didn't know anything about this 3 weeks ago. So if it's something that you have a desire to think about doing, or you want to do, just step out there and try it. It's all about you. It's all about you. You are now a survivor. You are alive. We have to live now. I hope there has been something that I have said today that's able to just resonate in your spirit and help you, because you and I are healing together. So I do want to take the next 15 minutes and go into like some mantras and our relaxation period, if you will. But remember to email me, LeeSheyJohnson@gmail.com. It's important that you subscribe. It's important that you share anything that you've heard from me that you may want to share to another survivor, because it helps me. The only way that I know that I'm doing what the Spirit is telling me to do is by your feedback. I'm still hurting. I'm still in therapy, so I'm a long ways away from being healed and perfect. But we must start somewhere. So I'm looking forward to you sharing your new journey with me as I share my journey with you and my experiences. It's something else. It's something else. And you can also find me on YouTube up under Why Not Me, October 1, Lee Shey Johnson. Thank you for tuning in. And if you're driving, you can turn the tape off now. If you're on the treadmill or eucalyptus thingy, Stairmaster, stop now, because we're getting ready to go into our meditation period. So hopefully you have found a nice comfortable spot, your living room, your bedroom, your bathroom, wherever it's comfortable for you, and you have allocated a good 45 minutes to an hour. You have a Luke bottle of water, not ice cold water, just Luke bottle of cold water. And maybe if you have some doTERRA, some type of essential oils, just go ahead and put it in your hand right now. Take a couple of deep breaths in and out. Inhale the fragrance of the essential oils. Take a sip of water if you need to at this time. And just get comfortable. Get comfortable within yourself. It's kind of hard if you're not used to meditating. You can easily get distracted. Make sure your cell phone is turned off or have it on, vibrate. But this time is important because this is your time. I expand the love, safety, prosperity, abundance, success, and peace while inspiring others to do the same. Even though this has happened, even though I feel the way that I do, I can see that I am okay, just as I am. Say that to yourself. Even though this has happened, because it has happened. Even though you feel this way, I can see that I am okay, just as I am. Whatever will be, will be. I will remember my soul resilience. And just for this moment, know that I am safe. You are safe. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Know that you are safe. You are loved. And I can breathe. Know that I am safe. I am loved. And I can breathe. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Your eyes are closed. You're not looking all around the room because you are safe. You are in your own environment. Peace, be still. Into the count of 3, out to the count of 6. Emptying your lungs completely by focusing on breath alone. We can slow down the heart rate, the nerve system to center, or just ground ourselves. Sometimes you just rock, kind of back and forth, especially if you're on the floor. Your butt cheeks feel a little funny. You may start to feel a little numb, so just rock back and forth. Or if you're in a cradle position, if you can bend your legs up, just rock back and forth. Okay. A breathing strategy just may be helpful as well. Cover your left nostril, because remember you have the essential oil on you. So cover your left nostril and breathe into the right nostril. Breathe in and out through your mouth. This is to activate your left brain, the waking up and thinking brain. Cover the right nostril, breathing in through the left nostril to relax and to calm down. 2, 3. Exhale. 5, 6. If you still find it kind of hard to relax, try rolling your ankles a bit, tensing and relaxing your toes, then your calf muscles. It's almost like shaking it out, moving real slowly. Your leg muscles, or stretching a bit to the center, the back of your body, before using the breathing techniques and the mantras. Always be patient with yourself. Just like if you were coaching a child. We're in like a child mind state. We're very vulnerable. We're very vulnerable right now. We are trying to find ourselves to be in a safe place again. Because we matter. We matter. We want to love. We want to be loved. But we're still healing. We're still healing. Just find out what works for you. I just want to say I thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you listening to me. Please email me, share your thoughts with me. I just need to know that if I can help one person, I have done what I set my heart and my mind out to do. Just to connect with another survivor, to let you know that you matter. Your story matter. What happened to you matter. We are on this journey together to heal. Just continue to keep your eyes closed and just take a moment to yourself. Love on yourself because you matter. Email me, LeeSheyJohnson@gmail.com. Please subscribe and tell a friend. Let's heal together. And I'm going to say blessings to you and enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. Take a hot bath. light a candle, and relax. Love on you. Blessings.